Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are in A Course in Miracles workbook for students, lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds. Perception is consistent. What you see reflects your thinking, and your thinking but reflects your choice of what you want to see. Your values are determiners of this, and for what you value, you must want to see, believing what you see is really there. No one can see a world his mind has not accorded value, and no one can fail to look upon what he believes he wants. Yet, who can really hate and love at once? Who can desire what he does not want to have reality? And who can choose to see a world of which he is afraid? Fear must make blind, for this its weapon is. That which you fear to see, you cannot see. Love and perception thus go hand in hand, but fear obscures in darkness what is there. This paragraph and the previous one build an overall case. Perception and desire are consistent. You first value something, then you desire to see it, then actually perceive it. Conversely, if you fear to see something, you obviously do not desire to see it, and therefore you will not see it. Even if what you fear to see is really there, you will still be blind to it. The implication is that is the position we are in. We fear to see the real world, and this fear has obscured in darkness what is there. What then can fear project upon the world? What can be seen in darkness that is real? Truth is eclipsed by fear, and what remains is but imagined. Yet what can be real in blind imaginings of panic born? What would you want that thus is shown to you? What would you wish to keep in such a dream? Fear has made everything you think you see, all separation, all distinctions, and the multitude of differences you believe make up the world. They are not there. Love's enemy has made them up. Yet love can have no enemy, and so they have no cause, no being, and no consequence. They can be valued, but remain unreal. They can be sought, but they cannot be found. Today we will not seek for them, nor waste this day in seeking not what can be found. It is impossible to see two worlds which have no overlap of any kind. Seek for the one, the other disappears, but one remains. This is the range of choice beyond which your decision cannot go. The real and the unreal are all there is to choose between, and nothing more than these. Today we will attempt no compromise where none is possible. The world you see is proof you have already made a choice, as all-embracing as its opposite. What we would learn today is more than just the lesson that you cannot see two worlds. It also teaches that the one you see is quite consistent from the point of view from which you see it. It is all a piece because it stems from one emotion and reflects its source in everything you see. 6 times today, in thanks and gratitude, we gladly give 5 minutes to the thought which ends all compromise and doubt, and go beyond it all as one. We will not make 1,000 meaningless distinctions, nor attempt to bring with us a little part of unreality, as we devote our minds to finding only what is real. Begin your searching for the other world by asking for a strength beyond your own and recognizing what it is you seek. You do not want illusions, and you come to these 5 minutes emptying your hands of all the petty treasures of this world. You wait for God to help you as you say, "It is impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world, that I may find my freedom and deliverance." God will be there, for you have called upon the great unfailing power who will take this giant step with you in gratitude. This lesson is another of the workbook's giant strides. See Lesson 61, footnote 75, for a list of all the giant strides. Nor will you fail to see His thanks expressed in tangible perception and in truth. You will not doubt what you will look upon, for though it is perception, it is not the kind of seeing that your eyes alone have ever seen before, and you will know God's strength upheld. And you will know God's strength upheld as you made this choice. Dismiss temptation easily today whenever it arises, merely by remembering the limits on your choice. The unreal or the real, the false or the true, is what you see and only what you see. Perception is consistent with your choice, and hell or heaven comes to you as one. Except a little part of hell is real, and you have damned your eyes and cursed your sight, and what you will behold is hell indeed. Yet the release to heaven still remains within the range of choice, to take the place of everything that hell would show to you. All you need to say to any part of hell, whatever form it takes, is simply this: "It is impossible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this is not a part of what I want." And now I will go ahead and read Alan Watson and Robert Perry's commentary on Lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds. So the purpose of this lesson is to realize that you cannot have a little bit of this world and still see the real world, that you must choose one or the other. To make the choice for the real world by letting go of all value given this world. This is another of the workbook's giant steps. So we're going to practice 6 times for 5 minutes, and I'll do a separate meditation. Today's practice is extremely similar to the last 2 days, especially Lesson 128. Begin by repeating the opening lines. Begin by repeating the opening lines. It is impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world, that I may find my freedom and deliverance. You are asking for God's strength to uphold you and to help you make a definitive choice of the real world over this world. Try to really mean this request. Then close your eyes and spend some time emptying your hands of all the petty treasures of this world. Then reach out for an experience of true perception, the kind of seeing which your eyes alone cannot see. Desire to see only the other world, the world of love. During this time, wait for God to help you. Trust that He will be there, helping you make the choice to value only the real world. While you wait, you may want to repeat, "Help me see only the real world." Response to temptation. Whenever you find yourself valuing anything in the world, remember that by valuing a little part of hell, you are really choosing all of hell and blocking out heaven entirely. Say, "It is not possible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this thing I feel attracted to is not part of what I want." You will need to watch your mind carefully all day, because today you are watching not for disturbances and upsets, but attractions. Commentary. Today's lesson is extremely uncompromising. The first 2 paragraphs are as clear a statement of the Course's understanding of perception as there is in all 3 volumes. What we value, we want to see. What we want to see determines our thinking, and what we see simply reflects our thinking. Or, as it is twice stated succinctly in the text, projection makes perception. On top of that, since we can't love and hate simultaneously, we can't project totally opposite worlds simultaneously. We project the world of fear or the world of love, and the world you see is proof you have already made a choice, as all-embracing as its opposite. In other words, the world we see proves that our minds have made an all-embracing choice of fear. For fear. Fear has made everything you think you see. As I said, this is very uncompromising. It does not allow for any part of this world to be excluded from the category of projection of fear. The world we see is quite consistent from the point of view from which you see it. It is all a piece because it stems from one emotion, fear, and reflects its source in everything you see. If we try to exclude part of it from this portrait, maintaining that surely this part is good, we are trying to accept a little part of hell as real. It guarantees that the whole picture will be hell indeed. On the other hand, the Course does not try to foster any rejection of the world. It tells us that the only part of it we look upon with love is real. Therefore, we are urged to love all of it equally and thus make the world real unto yourself. Our attempts at salvaging parts of the world as real are mistaken in that they separate and make certain parts special, more lovable than the rest. As we see it through the eyes of fear, this world is without any value whatsoever. Let us accept God's strength and see no value in the world. If we are willing to do this, we will see another world, with sight that is not the kind of seeing that your eyes alone have ever seen before. When you want only love, you will see nothing else. To be a little more practical for a moment, I have found the final words of this lesson to be an incredibly useful phrase in times of distress of all kinds. This is not a part of what I want. If I see only what I want to see, and I am seeing something distressing, let me affirm my choice to change my mind. I don't want this anymore. Although my application of it is still very inconsistent, I have seen this simple affirmation make separateness in a relationship evaporate. I have seen it make a sense of poverty evaporate. I have seen it change my body and give it an energy I thought I had lost. I have watched it reverse impending illnesses. I recommend it highly to you all. I don't want this anymore. I don't want this anymore. Thank you for joining with me in Lesson 130. It is impossible to see 2 worlds.